hello, and welcome if this is your first time here. My name is April. This is the Plan with April channel. If this is a return trip for you, welcome back. I am in my kind of Franken planner, giant monstrosity of a happy planner combination. So let's pop in here. I did add something in the monthly. Wesley's on the 10th for Baja, so I'm going to take off Thursday and Friday, the 13th and 14th, and I'm going to decorate for Christmas in the house. Super excited about that. This is how last week turned out. I really like how this is. I think it's adorably cute. It filled in really nice, and yeah, I really, really like how this came together. It is a loud house today. I'm just going to give you a fair warning. The cats think that every 15 minutes they need to go in and then another 15 minutes they need to go out. I think they're hoping that the temperature is going to change drastically within those few minutes, and sadly, it does not. So they're hugely disappointed. I've also got the dishwasher going. I'm so multitasking today. I have a whole chicken in the crock pot with an onion, elephant garlic, cilantro, carrots, celery, everything just kind of went in there. No salt. I didn't put any salt on it. And really no seasonings at this point either, because I have plans for the chicken for multiple different dishes and I didn't want to season it with a specific seasoning. Pepper, would you like outside? Do you think it's warm? You do? Okay. Okay, you can go outside. Just remember to come to the back door. These silly, silly cats. Sorry about that. So, yeah, I've got a few meals for that. And then once I pick all of the chicken meat off of the bone, sorry for my arm, I am going to make chicken stock for the rest of the day and then put it in jars in my pressure canner and can it, because I'm looking for healthier alternatives to what I'm finding right now in the grocery store. So I think I'm going to keep the peach theme this week. I'm going to not cover it up. Remember, we're redating because this is an old planner. I think it's a 2019? I'm pretty sure it was 2019. I don't remember. Maybe it was 18. It's old. It is an old planner. I'm also going to pop up here really quick because I need to get my favorite Happy Planner sticker book, which is the dates and holidays. I saw this was out of stock at happyplanner.com. Keep an eye out for this one, you guys. I swear every time it comes up and it's on sale, I will buy at least 2 of them because I love it so very much. So I'm going to need that today. And then, let's see. I want to keep the peach, so I'm thinking Happy Fall would be a good one. I kind of like that coloring. And do I need really more than one washi tape? Probably not. Let's stick with this one. And then I also have, is that peach enough? I don't know. Let me pull a couple of these. Let me just see, because I may change my mind. Go figure. I may change my mind. I also like this one. I think it's cute, but is this more, I feel like this is more and the pink is not. So what if we did those together? I like that. Okay, let's stick with that. If you have seen these before, these are my washi tape organizers. They're a D-ring. And they hold, as you can see, quite a few washi rolls. And I just keep these hung up on above my desk on a command hook, which keeps them organized out of my way, but still available when I need them. So the first thing I want to do is cover up these dates because I am not going to use them. And I think I might have to grab one of, do I not have one in here? Oh my goodness. Let me see if I have one floating around here somewhere. Here's one. I was going to say, I should have a whiteout snail on my desk, but I organized my desk and like moved everything off of it because it was seriously getting a little bit overwhelming, and I never put some of it back. So I'm gonna have to make a note after I'm done filming today to go back and pull out some of those things that I use very often. Whiteout is one of them. Whoops. There we go. Got a little bit carried away there. Okay, so then deciding on which washi I want to go on the top. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm going to go with a lighter washi on the top because I still want to put my dates. So I'm going to flip these upside down. I don't think I've even used this washi tape yet. Maybe I have. Oh, you know what else I want to do? I want to cover the spine as well. So put this up here as even as I can possibly get it. Line that there. Perfect. And then let's do this one. Perfect. Okay, and then I also know that I'm going to need to cover that with probably a box. So let me pop back up here above my desk and grab, I think it's these ones here. Let's see if I have a box that'll match. This should have some fall. I like that. I think that one's pretty. I like these yellow flowers too. Those will be useful because they're very fall colored. Do I have any other boxes? That one sort of. It's just really the calendar that I need to cover. So I'm wondering if this will cover it. Let's see. Let's see. I saw someone on YouTube the other day using waxed paper. Have you guys ever seen this? Waxed paper. I want to say that I tried it a long time ago and didn't really care for it, but they were using, keep on track. They were using waxed paper to put their stickers on, and then they would lay it over the page to see if they liked the layout. I thought that was pretty ingenious. So let me go through here. I've got top priorities and check it off. Love that that is already filled in. And then maybe I want a plan or an organize. No, because I think organize can go down here. I think maybe plan. Or I could do, you know what, I could do that. I could do just a list of dinners and then not put them on here. Because a lot of times I will make up our menu, like our meal plan, and I won't always follow it by day. So I could just put dinner up here and then fill it in with what we're having and then not put a day on it. I like that idea. Now, so I don't mess up. Monday is the 3rd, right? Let me pop into my calendar really quick. Where are you? Right there. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you. 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Yes, so Monday is the 3rd. So I need this sticker book. What if we did the pumpkins instead of just the plain? Because I'm probably not going to use these again for anything, and I feel bad that they're just stuck in here. So let's try this. We've got Monday the 3rd Tuesday the 4th. I like how it's layered. Gives it a little bit more visual texture. Wednesday the 5th. Thursday the 6th. I didn't realize how loud that dishwasher is. I'm so sorry. Again, multitasking. We made salmon the other night. I have a friend at work, the same one who brought me elk, brought me salmon. I trade him for homemade jams and jellies. It's not a one-sided thing. Oh, he also brought me some really good elk summer sausage. Oh my gosh, amazing. Anyway, he brought salmon, so we made up, there were 3 chunks of salmon in it, probably 8 ounces each. We split one the first night, and then last night I mixed up some kiwi, I think that's what it's called, mayonnaise. It's like a Japanese mayo, with some sriracha sauce and made a spicy salmon mixture, and then made up, what is it called? Sushi. And oh my goodness, it was amazing. I think what I want to do is do the pumpkins down the spine. I want to add a little bit of a darker pop. So let's spread this out like that. I'm going to go to the very bottom of the page. And then I'm going to go to the very top of the page. Maybe. And then if I go, hold on, because last time I did it and it wasn't mirrored. I want it to be mirrored. I'm not sure how I did that last time, but when I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, I wanted those to look different than it did. All right, lay that down. Go to the top. I do have a Happy Planner punch, which is why I am doing the spine of the paper to give it a little more decoration. I have a way to punch that. If you don't have a way to punch that, you don't have to do this, but I do like how this is coming along so far. I'm going to move this over here, and then I know, let's see, tea break, tea time. I have this Tombow and I have this Tombow, which are very different Tombows now that I'm looking at them. I don't know that I love that, but I don't think it's this pink. No. And I don't think this bright yellow is, well, maybe. Maybe. It could be. Huh. I don't know. I know this one for sure, and maybe I just need to go in with a lighter one. So we'll do, what is the number on this one? It's worn off. I've used it so much. 990 is what I'm guessing. And this one's 873. So let's try this. We're gonna do, let's do this side of the week first. Let's do this part of the week. I'm going to start off with just making a header right here and a header right here. And then I'm going to take the 873 and make a header right there. This is almost like if you were using a sticker pack, but I don't have a sticker pack, so I'm using my markers instead. I feel like I'm going to need some more of this washi too to kind of tie it all together, but that'll come in a minute. So I've got my Uniball 1. And I'm going to put in here AM routine on all of these. Isn't it funny that when you do things, I'm talking about the dishwasher, when you run things in the house and you're like, oh, I don't hear anything. And then it's all of a sudden like really quiet in the house. And you're like, gosh, that thing is really loud. That's how I feel right now. I'm like, gosh, that thing is really loud. It is pumping it out. I wonder if this would go as well. No, I think we're bringing in too much yellow. April, stop. Just stop. Just do your thing, chicken wing. So I was going to tell you, I ordered a divider for my happy planner, but it's a stencil divider because I don't do well without straight lines. I'm not one of those planners that can eyeball something and be like, yes, that is straight on. So the stencil that I got will snap into my happy planner, go everywhere with me, and I can make the lines so that I'm not writing crooked or drawing lines crooked. It'll all just line up with the boxes, which I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Don't make me sing. Definitely don't make me dance. Okay, so AM routine. Let's go ahead and put this down. We're going to do check comments. Make and pack lunch. We'll just say make lunch. Hopefully I remember to pack it every day. That would be horrible though, right? That would be awful. And then P.O. box on Monday. And then moving to Tuesday, same thing, check comments. Make lunch. I'm making bread today too. I forgot to say that. So I've got chicken in the crock pot. I've got bread currently rising, doing its thing. I did 2 cups of flour, half a cup of wheat flour. So AP flour, wheat flour, and then a half a cup of gluten. Then I've got 1 teaspoon of yeast, a sprinkle of salt, 1.5 cups of water, which actually was 1 3/4 because wheat flour is always a little drier and soaks up the water. So that will raise for probably another 3 hours, and then I will pop it in the oven. I bake it in a Dutch oven, heat the oven up with the Dutch oven in it at 450 degrees, pull the Dutch oven out, put the bread in, put the lid on, put it in for half an hour. Once that beeps, I take the lid off and cook it for an additional 15, and it is the best crunchy, crispy, artisan bread I've ever had in my life, and I absolutely love it. It is so, so yummy, and I learned the recipe from a fellow YouTuber, Frugal Fit Mom. So if you follow her, look up her easy 4-ingredient bread. I have modified it a little bit to add the wheat bread and the gluten into it, but you can just do it with AP flour, all-purpose flour that you have, and it is so yummy, and so easy to make. I've only flopped on 1 loaf, and it was just too wet, and it was too humid when I put it in, and it just didn't raise very well. It didn't do very well in the oven. It was more dense. I don't know what those 2 will be, and I'm fine leaving those completely blank. So then I guess the next question is, do I want to go just keep this all with this color or mix it up again and do boop boop with the brown in the middle? I don't know. I'm feeling both of them, so I'm not like, oh, leaning towards one or the other. I think I'll just do boop boop. We'll mix it up a little bit. Again, I'm just laying the brush tip of the marker down on the page and highlighting it like that. And then taking the other one and doing the exact same thing. Trying to make my lines the same thickness, but not worrying about if I don't. So this order section is going to be for anything that I've ordered or will be delivered to the house. That way I can kind of keep track of when I need to leave our gate open and when I can close it in the morning. Oh my gosh, big yawn. I'm a little bit tired. And then this is going to be PM routine. We watched Only Murders in the Building. We just finished season 5, and there's not another one on the horizon yet. Hopefully there will be. But now we are watching the Only Murders in the Building podcast, and it is so stinking cute. I just love Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez as a team. They're really cute. They're adorable. It's been a lot of fun watching them do this show. For sure. And they said they would do another season if the writing stays, you know, consistent and they like the storyline. They said they would definitely continue. And I hope they do, because it has been so nice just to walk to their show every evening. So we pick a show every night, and then that is how long we walk for. We have a minimum of 40 minutes. So if the show isn't 40 minutes, we still have to go 40 minutes. But like the British Baking Challenge is one of the shows that we watch. We have 2 walking pads in our living room. So the British Baking Show is one of them, and it's like an hour. And by the end of that one, I'm like, whew, I feel like I have done a really good walk, like bonus points. So that is our routine in the evening. We make dinner and clean up, and then we walk. And it's pretty awesome because my employer will give 4 days off a year, extra days off, like an incentive, if you exercise for 12 hours every month. So you turn in your slip every 6 months, and then you get 2 days off. And then you turn in your next slip 12 months later, and you get another 2 days off. So it's really quite a good incentive. I took advantage of it back in 2012, I believe. The same year, here comes the book plug. The same year I wrote Who's the Girl in the Fat Suit. Had one of my friends do the book cover. She drew this, which is just mind-blowing to me. So yeah, if you didn't know, I am an author. I have a couple books over on Instagram. Nope, over on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, so wherever you order your favorite books online. I have 2 that are like actual books. I've got some other books on there too, but Hey Lady, Are These Your Underwear? Funny stories from my childhood all the way into adulthood and meeting my husband. And then Who's the Girl in the Fat Suit? If you enjoy my conversations here and my like scatteredness, you might like the books. If you want to, on Amazon, they are available on Kindle and paperback. Bom, bom, bom. Today's video is sponsored by me. I know. I don't often enjoy plugging myself, and I find it difficult, but Wes has challenged me to try and get my books out there, and so here we are. Here we are. So now let's pop over here, and we're gonna start with the orange up here. So orange here, and then orange here. Let's see if I can really confuse myself. Gosh, good thing we're not doing multiple colors, like more than 2. I guess that is multiple. More than 2, because that would be tricky. Go in with this one. Coming up with the layout always takes me a little bit, so that first half of the week is always like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Where am I at? And then the second half, I'm like, okay, we got this. We can just put everything in there. And then why don't I do, this is going to be just barely long enough. Am I going to have to eyeball this? I am. It's not my best. My nail polish is actually those nail, like stick-on nails. I had a couple packages that I found when I was cleaning out the cabinet in the bathroom, and I was like, oh, I should put those on. They look like fall. So I did. I put them on. And yeah, I looked at them. I'm like, these are not fall. These are definitely Christmas. So we've got Christmas nails on, and it's not even Thanksgiving yet. But, you know, it's all fine. It's fine. Not to fear, not to worry. I'll get it sorted out, I promise. Actually, with all the housework that I'm going to be doing, they're going to be off. It's the craziest thing. I think it's just water, or my fingers, I don't know. But even nail polish, it lasts probably a day and then it starts chipping off. Gel polish, it lasts until I take a shower, and then for some reason I must have really sharp hair. Don't laugh, I'm serious. Because every time I take a shower with like these like nail press-on things, they're not press-on, they're like polish. Do I have one in here? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I'm looking around. Do I have it in here? I do. Okay, let me show you what they are. Hold on. Sidetrack. I don't have the brand or anything, but that's what they look like. So they're just like little strips of fingernail polish, and you pull them off and you put them on your finger and you spush them down, and then you use a file to like clean up the edges. Okay. Yeah. So these are the same thing as gel nails for me. Like I go to wash my hair and somehow my hair strand like gets under it and just pops it right off. Like it just peels right off my fingernails. And I have totally tried to like scuff up my nails with a file. I've used acetone to make sure there's no oil on them. I have tried everything under the sun, and either my hair's too sharp or it's just me. Just me. It could very well be just me. So let's go in here and put AM routine. Also, here's a tip for you, pen tip. I love the Uniball one. I do. I absolutely love this pen. I reach for it a lot, whether I'm at home or at work. However, I have noticed if you write up and down, like horizontal to the page, it skips. It doesn't like to roll that way. It's a roller. I almost wrote roller. My goodness. But if you leave it at a bit of an angle, it writes fine. So just know, because there are some times that I get where I hold my pen like this and it changes my penmanship. If I want to do like a different font, can you see the difference between this one, and then these two? So these two I did straight up and down. These ones that I did at an angle. It is not like, oh my gosh, April, that is so drastic. It's not, but it's a little bit different. It's a little bit. It sounds like it's raining, but it's just the dishes getting clean. I did place an order. Oh, I have to show you guys. Remember I got the composition notebook cover? Okay. So then I was on her website on Etsy saying, thank you for shipping that so quickly. I tagged you in my video, no strings attached, just creator helping creator type thing. And she's like, thank you. And then she sent me a discount code. So look what your girl got. Is that not the cute? This is the back cover. Is that not the cutest? It's rogueagenda.etsy.com. That's her store. I am obsessed. We watch this movie every single year. Every single year. Don't get too attached, Clark. She's leaving with us at the end of the month. The whole movie, we laugh. We watch it every single year. It is a family tradition. And so when I saw this on her website, I'm like, 1 million jillion chameleon times I'm going to buy this. And it came so fast and I can't wait. Obviously my nails match too. Maybe that's where I was getting my inspiration from. I don't know. I cannot wait to switch out the cover for December. Now, will I have a custom cover for every month? Probably not. I'm thinking probably not. Sorry. The glare off the lights is a lot. Sorry about that. Hopefully you can see it. It is, but I had to get this one. So will I have a custom cover every month? Probably not. Probably not. I will probably stick mostly with the composition notebook cover because I absolutely love that. But when I saw that one and tempted by the coupon, I was like, yeah, I'm getting it. I'm totally getting it. I always say that the start of the week, like when I'm decorating the week, I'm like, yeah, it should be a pretty generic week. Every time I say that, it turns out to be something that is not a generic week. And there are pockets of crazy busy in there. So I'm not going to say that this week. I'm not going to say it. Although I already kind of said it. We'll see. This week at work, I will be doing like juvenile expunctions, records requests, call logs, all the emails. So it will be busy as far as work goes for sure. But as far as like home stuff, I don't believe so. And why in the world did I leave so much room for this? Very good question. Let me grab, I had these out earlier and decided not to use them. So I have them handy. Let me grab these. I think these are absolutely adorable. I think they match really well. So let's put this in. Because I know this is going to sound horrible, but I've already started like finishing up Christmas shopping. So a lot of the stuff that I'm getting is for Christmas. We do a tradition every year with Wes's family where we exchange names for stockings. Now, these are not normal size stockings. My sister-in-law has made each one of the stockings. They are giant size. They are ginormous. And so we switch names, we exchange names, and then we're in charge of that person's stocking. As far as the kids and the grandkids go, it's free for all. You just buy whatever you want to buy, wrap it, goes in the stocking. And then Christmas morning, we start opening presents or opening stockings, and we go one at a time. I swear to you, some years in the past when the kids were little, it would last like 5 hours. Like we would have to take a break for breakfast casserole. Like everybody stop opening presents. Let's clean up the living room. Let's take out all the paper, do a little reset, eat, and then get back to stockings. And now that we've got 2 grandkids and we've got 2 nephews. So we've got 4 littles, all of them under 7. So it's crazy how, crazy it gets. So I have already started. I usually start the day after Christmas, like purchasing things, especially if I'm looking for specific items that I didn't want to buy full price. So I'll start with that. And then throughout the year, if I see something, especially for the grandkids and the nephews, I'll just throw it in a drawer. And that way I can kind of take inventory of the year it goes on. And I can be like, oh, I need to buy my nephew, a little bit more of this or something like this. Or somebody's got more than everybody else, which is usually my granddaughter. To be fair, she's the only girl. Like everybody else is a boy. So it's really easy to overdo it for her. I just found her, I need to write that down, a soccer Barbie. She played soccer this year. Last weekend was their last game. And I saw this soccer Barbie and I was like, oh my gosh, she is going to absolutely love that. And then as I was on the website, I'm like, oh, well, would you look at that? They also have a basketball Barbie, which she starts basketball this month, practicing, and games are starting in January. So got to get her the basketball and soccer Barbies. She's also really, really big into Legos. So we got her the Stitch big Lego kit and then a bunch of little ones. Like there's a flamingo one, a flower one. She absolutely loves it. And I feel like Legos are a learning tool. Like I don't see them as a regular, like, oh, you're buying your granddaughter a, mindless game. She's so creative with those. So I never feel like, oh, I shouldn't maybe buy her, that toy. I think of it more of a learning tool than a toy. I do want to put these down. So I also had to buy shampoo and conditioner. So I know I'm getting an order from Ulta. And then, believe it or not, I'm so chatty. I hope you don't mind. Wes mentioned the other night, he's like, hey, do you remember the perfume you used to wear when we first started dating? And I'm like, I think I wore a couple, like Sunflowers by Elizabeth Arden. And he's like, no, that's not it. What was the other one that was like, you always called it your fall fragrance. And I'm like, oh, Tresor. And he's like, is that it? And I'm like, yeah, it's like a dark amber liquid and it's in like a triangle bottle. And he's like, yes. He goes, why don't you ever wear that? And I'm like, I don't know. I think I just forgot that I loved it. He's like, you should get some. So I'm getting some. And if you've never smelled it, I don't know if it is one of those, like I've never known anybody else who wears it. I've never met anyone that I'm like, oh my gosh, is that Tresor that I smell? It's very amber. It's very like musky. I love it. But yeah, have you ever worn it or have you heard of it? I guess is my question. And then I do have Amazon subscribe and save. So on that one I usually get like garbage bags, dishwasher tabs, laundry detergent. What else do I get? Cat food. We do the Nutra. Is it Nutra cat food? They love it. Kitty litter. Those are all on our subscribe and save. So those are coming this week as well. And then, oh, I've got the Wool Warehouse yarn. So excited for this shipment. So I am making all four of the kids a blanket. Each have a different blanket. So I'm working on those, but I had to order some more yarn to finish them up. And because they're kids blankets, I'll have them done in plenty of time for Christmas. If I was making adult blankets, adult size blankets, I'd be like, nope, these will carry over to next year. All right, so then to know, are you like, this is a lot of orders? It is. It's definitely more than I usually have coming in a week by all means, but Christmas only comes around one time a year. One time. I try not to over consume for my littles, but also it is a little bit more difficult to hold back when I see something that I think they would love. So, and our kids haven't been like, our nephew and niece haven't been like, you need to stop. Like, this is too much. No one has said that. So, open the floodgates. Here we come. I'm doing a lot of singing. Okay. So then I got the yarn. That'll be here on Wednesday, I hope. And then I did order some washi tape for washi members for this month, for November. Yeah, so I won't give it away. If you are not a member of the washi tier, every month I send out a card with washi tape samples on it, and then once a month I also do a live plan with me where it's open to everybody. But if you are a washi tape member, you get to use your washi tape with me, and it's like planning together, even though we are in a different state and it's on YouTube, but it's still really cool to do, and it's one of my favorite things to do. So that will be here on Thursday. There was something else I ordered from Amazon. What was it? Tell me. What was it? Was it other yarn? I bet you it was, because I couldn't find the Seattle Seahawks like green color yarn at the Wool Warehouse. So I believe I ordered it from Amazon. So that will be perfect. And then I also have boots coming on Friday, because it is that time of year where things get cold. I need to order, so I'm going to put a star, an umbrella, because at the last soccer game, the wind and rain and hail was so amazing that it broke the umbrella. Like how it turns inside out, it turned it inside out and then just like ripped the little arms apart. It looked like a haunted spider. That's exactly what it looked like when the wind, like when we got to the truck, it looked like a haunted spider. It was crazy. So I'm going to put up here, I forgot to fill this in. I get to chatting with you, and then I'm like, what are we doing? Where are we? Am I making a YouTube video or just chatting? Just chatting. For sure. I do like how this is coming together. And in a second here, I will show you kind of how last week came together at the end of the week. Like, it doesn't always get filled out until way after I've filmed, because things come up and yeah, then I fill them in. I can predict how my week's gonna be, but it doesn't always work out that way. Oh my gosh, and I can smell that chicken cooking in the crock pot. It smells amazing. Oh my goodness. I might have to figure out something to do for lunch with part of that chicken, because I think it's going to be done in about another hour or so. Oh, I've got bread too. I could toast some bread and do like an open-faced chicken sandwich. That sounds amazing. Okay, so I've got that. Friday, I need to get fuel for the FJ. Perfect. Okay, so far, oh, you know what I just thought of? I could have totally done the orders over here. I didn't even think about that. So I could do that in the future as well. Grab my Happy Planner punch. I'm going to punch these back out so that I can fit them. There we go. Fit them back in the book. Make sure it's in there all the way. I have done that before. Ooh, that was a loud sound. I have done that before, and it is tragic. All right, and then put this one in there. That really clicked. I don't know why. All right, so we've got this one. There we go. So see how the end of the week kind of came together, but if you look at the last plan with me, it was definitely, it came together at the end of the week. It didn't look like this when I first did it. And don't expect, like when you're setting up your planner, when you're doing the week setup, don't expect it to like come together right away. Like you're not going to have, most of the time, you're not going to have everything filled in on Saturday or Sunday when you sit down to do your layout. You have the things you know you want to get done, but you also need to consider that you're going to have other things filling in. So let's pop back over here. If you have a divider that you're not happy with the layout or the design, I did a tutorial on how to add scrapbook paper on the front and kind of change it to make it something that you would like. So if you want to check that out, the month again. Oh, I just got a little mushroom punch on my finger, a little tape. Okay, so let's pop this guy down. We'll look at last week really quick. Get this back in here. So that is how last week finished. And I scoot that over. I think it came together really, really well. I also think it's adorable. I love the colors. I love the pop of Halloween. I just think it's adorable. And then when we flip over, we have got the beginnings of the week to come. So I'm going to pop this in there, maybe. These expander discs are no joke. They are ginormous. So that is what the week looks like so far. And then as the week goes on, I'll continue to fill it in. Let me know what you think down below of the colors and the layout. Let me know how you're doing with your holiday shopping. If you are done or if you haven't started yet, or if you're like me and you're like almost done. I hope you have an amazing week. I love you. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.